So I remember back in 1986, coming home from school, getting off the bus, walking up the steps of my apartment, turning on the TV and finding a baseball game was on. And back then, I was 11, 10, 11. The only time I was watching baseball on TV was the Saturday morning matinee or the Saturday afternoon game of the week or whatever. Of course, This Week in Baseball was a must-watch, of course, but we didn't have cable. My grandmother had cable, so I could watch the Cubs and the Braves at her house, but just me and my mom in a small apartment. It was Saturday games only, and I remember we'd clean the house all morning on Saturday morning, and then I'd sit down and watch, whatever game was on that day, that Saturday. So to come home and find baseball that I could watch on TV after school on a weekday was very impactful to me. And I remember Dave Henderson hitting a go-ahead home run late in the game against Donnie Moore, who later was tragic, ended up being a tragic story.
To left field and deep and down he goes back and it's gone! Unbelievable!
But I have waited for moments like that for my son to experience, and it's taken him a long time to get here. I feel like he's 17, he's a junior, but I feel like he's finally locked into everything baseball. He won our fantasy league that we do at school with the coaches and some of the teachers. It's a 12-man league, and there's a lot of baseball nuts in there. So it was no easy feat. He won $250, beat me actually in the championship. So he probably knows personnel-wise more about the major leagues than I do at this point. Just who's in it, who's the closer, what the rotation is, who are the rookies, who are the prospects. So it's been fun to watch some of the most iconic moments in this year's postseason with him. I think we got really fired up when we saw Pete Alonso hit that ball in Milwaukee.
Third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Frelick back. At the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets had the lead.
Late to give the Mets the series win over the Brewers. And then the Mets magic just continues with the grand slam Lindor hit the other night.
Most trusted arms. The 2-1. Lindor towards right center field. This one is back. It is gone! Grand slam! And Lindor puts the Mets on top. The biggest swing of the season for New York.
The wild game that the Padres and Dodgers had, where they scored all their runs in the first 4 innings and did score again. Right now the Yankees and Royals are playing. I'm not sure what the score is. Last I checked, it was 1-0 Yankees. I sure hope that Bobby can break out. He's hitting like 143 right now in the postseason. And I'm sure they're being very careful with him and not giving him much to hit, but I do want to see him turn things around a bit. Hopefully he can push this series to a Game 5, take it back to New York. But so it's been nice. It's been a good postseason, and this stack of cards is a stack of cards that my son and I kind of picked out together. So that's been fun too. I'm seeing him kind of leave this non-sports world and walk into the wonderful world, the wonderful side of sports collecting. So anything I can do to help that along, I sure want to do. Let's look at the first guy. Now, the first guy is controversial. He's polarizing, but he is entertaining nonetheless. And his bravado and his confidence, his brashness is off the charts. And he just was named the Mexican League Player of the Year recently, so we had to pick this up. We like Trevor Bauer, the player. Not sure about Trevor Bauer, the boyfriend, but definitely Trevor Bauer, the pitcher, is really, really fun to watch. And, you know, my son is like crushing on Dynasty. He just loves Dynasty cards. And, you know, I do too, but he wanted to look around for a Trevor Bauer Dynasty card, and we started looking, and there's not much. I think this comes out of 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 2019. It's a 1/1. I believe this comes at the bottom of the shirt, maybe. Laundry tag there. The MLB logo. The 1/1. Hopefully Trevor Bauer gets another shot. I don't know whether he's guilty or not, or if the girl set him up, but it feels like he's trying to redeem himself, and it feels like he's still got a lot left in the tank. So this was exciting to see him pick up, and yeah, here's to seeing Trevor Bauer back in the major leagues at some point. Next is a guy we just mentioned, and a guy we had to go out immediately and get after he hit an iconic home run to move the Mets past the Brewers late in the game. The chef's kiss that he gives here is just so awesome. Petey Burgers, as my son affectionately calls him. Pete Alonso, out of 5. Got the iconic Mets logo there with the bridge. Clean auto. I mean, just, you know, what's not to love about this card? My son loves goofy players. He loves Scotty Barnes. He loves Pete Alonso. He thinks he's super goofy. He calls him Beer League because he thinks he's kind of out of shape. And I just tell him, man, that's the polar bear, dude. That's all like, that's just power. That's power in his belly, man. So here's to the Mets run so that it continues and we can see more polar bear shots. Next, oh man, I want to save this one. Next, well, I guess that's the only card I left. So the only card I have left is this. Adrian Beltre, 2023 Topps Dynasty MLB logo, man. 1/1. Man. Adrian Beltre, to me, is the Dirk Nowitzki of baseball here in North Texas. And what I mean by that is he's an amazing human being. The joy in which he played the game, the passion, the dedication, right? All of that. Same as Dirk. I'd put him right there on Dirk's level. And that's saying a lot. That's probably the highest compliment I can pay an athlete, is to put him on Dirk Nowitzki's level. But I think that's where Adrian belongs. I remember when we traded for Adrian. No, actually, we didn't trade for. We remember he played a year in Boston, had a decent year, and Boston didn't want to re-sign him for some reason. And so I can't remember if we traded him or if he became a free agent. We picked him up. I think he was a free agent. And I remember the Rangers giving him a ton of money, and the widely held belief here was that, God, what did we just do? This guy had one bounce back year, and now we're just giving him all this money. Because Adrian Beltre was kind of a guy who battled nagging injuries early in his career, and people question his commitment. People question his dedication to the game. I can't imagine that, but I was there to witness it. I saw it when he was in LA, and man, he ended up being absolutely the best free agent signing probably in the history of North Texas sports. What a consummate professional Adrian Beltre was. Of course, he had a fun-loving nature, and him and Elvis Andrus had a fun little shortstop third baseman thing. And
Elvis Andrus, I think, doing some
the midge out of his
midge repair for Adrian Beltre. They don't bite, but that doesn't mean that they're not huge pests.
They don't want to stick his fingers in his eyes. He's trying to blow it out of his eye.
On Dexter will be the DH. Beltre a drive. High and deep to left field. Way back. Goodbye.
And that... He's got a Beltre's hat on?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, man, that's funny. He got a fastball. He got a pitch that time. Take that, Elvis.
When this came up and we saw it, my son was like, Dad, we have to. And, you know, for him to say that to me, I was like, all right, we'll do it. And so I gotta sell a few things to pay for this, but it wasn't too bad. It was, you know, but it's the Beltre 101 MLB logo, so I already have the list started. I already chopped off like $800 or $900 on this, so we're on our way. But those are the 3 pickups. So I wanted to just keep the party going a little bit and show you the rest of my Dynasty collection. So I also have this Beltre bat barrel. So those are my two Beltre cards right there. This is from Topps Museum, and it's gorgeous. So really right now I only have 2 other Dynasties. Got the Judge and the Soto with the Padres there. But it's building. It is building. And definitely the centerpiece is the Beltre. 2 New York Sluggers. Another New York Slugger. And, man, there's a joke in there somewhere. And the Mexican pitcher of the year. Who do I want to win the World Series? You know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Royals, obviously. Would love to see the Royals. But after that, I'd probably say the Mets. Give me the Mets. Royals, then Mets. And if I can't have either one of those, give me the Padres. Anybody but the Yankees and the Dodgers. We'll see. It's been a hell of a postseason, and I'm sure it'll continue to be one. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the other side. Till then, see ya.